Alright guys, now I'm going to quickly show you guys how to do streaming with your agent applications. So if you go to ChatGPT right now and ask it something, you can see that as it's responding to you, the text is immediately coming in. It's not waiting until you get a full response and then showing it to you all at once. You can see that it's kind of showing you that it's thinking. It's not actually thinking, but it kind of looks like that. So it's a really cool effect that you'll see commonly with ChatGPT and other applications for large language models. We can actually do the same exact thing with agents as well. I highly recommend you check out the documentation for this. It's very useful, and we'll use actually these examples here to teach you how to do it. But besides this is just two different examples of how to do streaming, but you can also go to streaming events, and it gives you a more detailed list of all the different types of streaming that you can do. So just make sure to check that out, okay? All right, here's the first example of how to do streaming with agents. So just like always, you create your agent, and then now usually you do runner.run, but if you want to do streaming, you just simply do runner.run streamed. So this will give you a result that you can stream, and then you can actually listen to the stream events by doing for event and result.stream events. So the stream events function here will basically allow you to listen to the events as they come in. And then if you look in the documentation, there's actually three types of events that you can listen to. One of them is the raw response event. These are just the raw events that come from the large language model. And one of the events that you can listen to is the response text delta event. This is the actual text coming in from the model, like we saw with ChatGPT. That's how that's getting streamed. So we want to listen to this specific event here. So again, we're just getting each event, we're checking to see if it's a raw response event type, and then we're making sure that the data of the event is of this type because there's different types of events that we can listen to, okay? But this is probably the most common one. So let's just run and see what we get. There we go. So as you can see, it's very fast. So you got to look very closely, but you can see that streaming it just like ChatGPT, right? Really cool. So what we're doing here is we're simply accessing, once we verify what it is, we're simply accessing event.data.delta. This is just the change or the new text that's coming in, and we're just printing it so that we can see it. That's literally it. So if you want to actually incorporate this into an actual application with your agents, all you got to do is listen to this just like we're doing here, but then add this to whatever string that you're going to be showing on the front end of your application if there is a front end or UI, okay? So that's one basic way you can do it. The other example is this. So you can also listen to different events, like I said, specifically the agent updated stream event whenever the agent is updated, and also whenever you run items like tools, like doing tool calls and stuff like that. So if we just run this, let's see what we get. So we see run starting agent updated Joker, tool was called tool output 6, and then the message output itself, the completed message output. But of course, as you know, we can also listen to the raw response event to get the response text delta if you want that as well. So that's just more stuff that you can listen to if you want to figure out when tools are called and stuff like that and log it or whatever you want to do. It's pretty useful. Something that is pretty cool that I want to show you though is that we can make a very basic front end application to demonstrate this and make it look a little cool. So I'm going to make a new file in a folder called apps, called it streaming demo.py. It's a Python script, not a notebook. And for this, I'm going to be using something called a Streamlit application. Streamlit is just a Python library that you can use to build web applications really easily to quickly make demos, or just, it's just really easy. It's using Python. So here's the code. I'm not going to type it all in front of you just because I think that would not be very useful. What I'll do first is just show you what the result is of this. And then I'll break down how the code actually works. I think that'll be useful because then you can just check the source code in the description below to see actually how this works if you want to stare at it. So to run this, I'm going to do another thing. I'm going to make a requirements.txt file. So in this, I'm going to do OpenAI agents. I'm going to do python.env, which are the packages that I've already been using so far. I've just been manually installing them in the notebooks, but you could also do it like this to manage them better. And then we also want Streamlit. So now that you have that, you can then go to your terminal. We want to activate this environment, so the activate script, and now we could do pip install -r requirements. So that will install all three of those packages. Two of them are already installed, of course, so it's going to install Streamlit now. Okay, all done. So now we can run it by doing Streamlit run, and then now we want the actual file, so we'll do apps and then Streamlit demo or streaming demo. Let's try it out. What this will do is automatically open up the app in a browser window, which is really cool. And here it is. So on the left side, you can see the configuration for the agent. So the agent name, the agent instructions, so a very basic one here. And then also you can choose the model as well, so you can see the differences between the models. I also have some quick prompts or just example prompts that you could load in just for fun. So yeah, what you can do then is, use the quick prompt, or you can edit this to be whatever you want and then click run. And you can see that streaming the response back. It's very fast, but it is doing it, as you can see. Let's try it again. Very, very cool, right? So we can swap it out for O3 Mini. That's a reasoning model that takes a little bit more time to think, but should still be very fast because this is a very easy task for it to do, I think. So you saw that it took a little more time to think about it, but overall it was still really fast. So that's just a demonstration of how you could create something like this, what it would look like if you put into an actual application. Let me now just break down the code for you a little bit so you can understand how I'm doing it. So at the very top here, we're just importing everything that we need, importing agents, we're setting the page config, so the page title, the page icon, layout Y, so basic information. Here we're going to have an actual title, we're going to write the text, see the streaming capabilities of OpenAI agents with visual effects. So we're going to have the sidebar. That's the configuration sidebar that I just showed you where you can choose the model, choose some sample prompts, stuff like that. So you literally just create text inputs, text areas. It's really easy using Streamlit text box or select box rather for drop downs. It's really incredible how easy it is. So that's for the sidebar. And then after that, you have the actual part where you can input your message. So you're doing a user input. It's a text area, which is just a large text input with this, and then it says demo prompt. So whatever prompt you choose will be put into that. And then you have a send button, so it literally says send. Very easy so far. We'll come back to this in a second, but that's actually running the agent. But after that, we then have it so that if the send button is clicked, that's what this is saying. If the send button gets clicked and there's something in the user input, then we're going to create an agent with the settings that we specified before. And then we're going to show a little spinning icon, a little loading icon, and actually run it using this function above. And then after that, you have a clear button that just lets you clear the response if you want to, okay? So taking a look at the function above, it's an async function because we're streaming, so it's async. We're simply doing runner.runStreamed as we learned about before, passing the input and the agent, and then we're listening to those stream events as they come in using this for events loop here. So result.stream events, for events, we're checking to see if it's a raw response event and if it's a response text delta event type in terms of the actual data of the event. And then if it is, we're just going to print out the text data just to log it. And then we're going to add it to our response. This response part variable here just is the actual response that will be showing on the front end. So we're updating it and we're just appending it because it only gives you the new input, right? So as the model is quote unquote thinking, it's giving you the new input as it comes in. So you just add it essentially, okay? And this is just a little trick you can do for a little cursor effect as it's, going through the quote unquote thinking process. Hopefully I didn't speed through that too fast. I really hope that made sense. But again, check the description for the actual code for it so you can view it yourself. But yeah, it's actually incredible how easy all of this is. Hopefully you guys agree. So that is how you do streaming with OpenAI agents.